cap in his pawns. The inner sanctum, now we're talking to you. Safe from all the yahoos. Yeah, they're out there on the loose. They're on the loose. Our call reporter, our talk radio host. Now we're sitting here talking to you. The inner sanctum, where we're safely ensconced. Safe from all the yahoos, like ball cap and his pawns. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced.
Oh, man. That is tremendous. I love that.
That's it.
That is incredible. So that's the new open, ladies and gentlemen. Just Joe did the honors, and that's outstanding. I love that video.
It's loud though. I got to figure out how to pull that down a little bit.
Yeah, I had to turn my headphones way down.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Boy, that's awesome. He did a great job.
Name of the song's called Inner Sanctum, and he'll be on later to talk about it with us. It's gonna be fun. We got a whole thing. I got a new logo. We're gonna have Inner Sanctum apparel.
Yeah, we got Inner Sanctum swag. I like that idea of T-shirts saying "Stolen from the Inner Sanctum."
Yep.
I like that. So that's outstanding, man. I mean, that took him a while to do too, and we're going to let him explain it when he finally arrives. But this is a professional deal.
Yeah, this is the team that worked on the AEW
opening
themes. Right? Yeah, for Tommaso Ciampa and for the big shows, Paul White and AEW. So this is a real deal.
Yeah, outstanding stuff. Really, the video's great. Love it. Just can't say enough about it. So we'll just wait till Joe arrives. We do have other stuff to talk about. Let's get to the Yahoo of the week, of course. And unfortunately, and it's sad and angering at the same time, frustrating. It's another person in Mexico, New York, for some reason, that had 150 animals.
Oh,
most of them are dying or dead. But this was the worst one. This was the worst one that many people have ever seen. They got there. The person, the SPCA, now imagine this, Bill, if this was you got a call about neglect of an animal, okay? He goes to the scene, and one of the things he sees is pigs eating a dead pig, okay? So if I get there and I see a pig eating a dead pig, I get in my car and drive to my therapist. Okay. These people got to go deal with that.
Yep.
And that was just, a little bit of it. So the good story, the good news story, the good news people of the week are those SPCA investigators and everybody who had to go out there. And there's a lot of people who had to go out there. This is the second time in a month. I don't know why it's Mexico, New York, because there's a lot of farmers in Mexico who do a great job and their animals are all healthy,
Yeah.
And you get people like this. Now, this guy was in a trailer, evidently, a mobile home. He had 150 animals.
It's like that episode of that Neighbors program I was telling you about. The guy just had a farm in his backyard, and it brought down the property values of everybody around him. It's like a normal house, and he had 100 animals in the backyard.
So, I mean, the smell had to be incredible. I mean, and I'm not even going to read some more of the stuff that they had to deal with, but it was just disgusting. So that's the worst one, I guess, they've dealt with in quite some time. So that's awful. You want to talk about WrestleMania. So explain to me, first of all, because we're not going to get way into this, but why is that not like a huge pay-per-view anymore?
So, well, it is, because you have to be so WWE used to have the WWE Network, and then it went to Peacock.
Oh.
So on the WWE Network, you would pay, it was like, I don't know, when it first started, it was like $4.99 or $9.99 a month.
Right.
And that included what they call now premium live events. No more pay-per-views, premium live event.
Oh, okay.
So you'd get 12 of the big cards every year. So now they went from WWE Network to the Peacock app, and then the Peacock app contract ran up, and now they're on ESPN and Netflix. So Netflix has Raw on Mondays.
Okay.
they have a lot of the back catalog on Netflix.
Oh, no kidding.
And ESPN is the home of the PLEs, but you have to be a premium member. So you probably watched it did you watch it in the first hour? Did you catch it on ESPN?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first hour.
I think we're ESPN premium members anyway.
Okay.
We got it through Disney Plus.
Yeah. So the first hour of both nights were free.
If on ESPN.
ESPN 2 for night 1, ESPN for night 2.
Okay.
But which was big. And then you go to the app, which is ESPN Premium, which if you have ESPN through your cable system,
right,
you have ESPN Premium.
Okay.
You have access to the
we
app.
do. So we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get our boy in
our
here.
boy's here.
All right.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Look at him.
He's like chilling out.
Dude, it's one of those days, man.
It's cold out, but you look good. So that theme song, man, it's off the hook. It's everything that I ever could have expected. It's just incredible. Oh, now he's out. Now we lost him. Can't hear you.
Hold on.
Did you do something?
I don't know. That's not me. We lost you. We lost you, Joe. Audio. All right, he's going to come back in.
Okay. Yeah, go out and come back.
I mean, it wouldn't be a show without this.
No, I know. It happens every week.
Yeah.
Now, whose fault is it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't want to place blame, but I'm just looking at whose system is.
I almost impact adjusted my my headphones earlier because it kept. I was listening to my phone and it kept upstairs connecting to my computer and I couldn't stop it. I didn't know what to do.
Well, that's when I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Sorry.
So this thing is everything that I could possibly hope for, Joe. It's unbelievable.
Well, when I took all the ideas that Bill had, and then I went to the producer that I work with, and I said, "Listen, we gotta get something in the Green Day realm, you know, but we want it kind of like a wrestling entrance." So a lot of the sounds that he grabbed, like for the drum sounds and everything that he programmed, he was grabbing from oh God, what was that Green Day record? Like he's like, I want some of the pop sensibility of Dookie,
right,
but the heaviness of one of their later records, maybe American Idiot or something like that. One of the ones before that.
Yep.
So he got a lot of the stuff and he sent it back to me, and I just sat down and spewed out the ideas. Bill gave me all those things. I'm like, all right, how am I going to fit all of these ideas into a very, into under a minute? And I did the best, So.
Oh, it's awesome. It really is. It's just exactly what we wanted. And it does sound like early Green Day to me. It really does.
It does.
It's got that vibe. Love it.
Now I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Seriously?
I can't hear Jim.
All right, all right.
I can't hear either of you.
Let's end it here.
All right.
That's fine. Thank you,
We'll
Joe.
see you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. So it is. It's spectacular. I love it. It's great. It is. Our next guest is here anyway. And this is something I wanted to talk about for a long time. So we'll figure out what happened with Joe, and then you'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. I don't know.
He's still chilling.
He's just chilling there. We can see the guests as they are banked in our
No, he's chilling. It's good. We did want to talk about Chris quick, right? Because we're early. So.
Yeah. Before we go, back when we were at the Flamethrower, the news director for a few years was our friend Chris Barnes. He was one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet, and I'd kept in the last few years I had kept in touch with him because he fell on some rough times. He was homeless for almost a year, but he was visible on Facebook. He was always very open with his problems that he had,
struggles,
and the struggles of homelessness and trying to find a place. Finally, he found a place, but some kind of life caught up with him, and he passed away on Tuesday, and Wednesday morning he passed away, or Tuesday evening. I may have found a Wednesday morning, but I just talked to him maybe a couple days before that, knew he was going into the hospital, and he went onto Facebook and said that the doctors had asked him if he had his affairs in order, and he got sick. And
this picture of him doesn't do justice, but this is him at the end.
Yeah.
After he had struggles with alcohol, and he admitted that over the years, and I didn't know that at the time, But that's what led to his homelessness and eventually his death. So it's sad. It's just a very sad thing. He was a super nice guy.
And I mean, Chris, even before he came to WSYR, he was a White House reporter, works for Fox News, where he was the voice of Fox News Radio before he came to before ball camp.
Yeah,
ball camp had the idea to bring him into WSYR because he wanted to make us sound bigger, and a voice like that does make it sound bigger.
Yes, that was a great hire, and he wasn't there long, and he went on to bigger stuff again.
Yep.
So let's go from that to happier things and more important things to talk about. I'm a proud graduate of the Baldwinsville school system, Baker High School. In fact, we're celebrating our 50th this year. And I want to talk to, the superintendent, Dr. Joseph DeBarbieri, about this transformation that's happening. Can you hear us okay, Doctor?
I can hear you perfectly fine.
Fantastic. Now, I picked up literature on the transition of the district maybe a year ago, and I couldn't believe the scope of it. This has to be the largest project of its kind ever in Central New York, doing all these schools and expanding each one to hopefully, anticipate this increase in population.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have very proud of the fact that our community has supported the $242 million project, as you mentioned. We did find out that it was the largest project that was passed by voters across the state last year. So we're certainly proud of that and thankful for our community support in bringing this forward.
So the athletic fields are done. The athletic complex is done. Looks to me like it's college level. The high school is getting done now. The pool, well, there's some memories in that pool, I'll tell you what. And then the rest of the high school. And now I went to Van Buren Elementary. They're getting done too, right?
Yes, Van Buren. All of our schools are touched within the $242 million project. I think what's most unique about what's happening is the work that's currently ongoing at Baker High School, the work at Durgee Junior High School with the new gymnasium that was open this past November, December. Those are all projects that were approved by our voters in 22 and 23 to the tune of about $100 million, which is prior to this 242. So when you really think about what's happening in Baldwinsville, we have $340 million worth of work occurring, which is truly going to transform the experiences that students have here. It's unbelievable. We're certainly very grateful for the community support, but we're ahead of schedule at both Baker and Durgee. As you mentioned, the fields, they are state of the art. We're proud of the fact that we have been selected to host the New York State Girls Field Hockey Championships in 27, 28, and 29 because of having access to those unbelievable facilities.
Our 50th is this year, and I know that you're offering a tour of the high school. Tell me, Doctor, how does the educational experience change when you have the ability to access the latest technology in the latest building?
From the science, most of the work at the high school is in our, what I would refer to as our STEAM classrooms, our science, technology, engineering, art, music. So when students have space that is truly state of the art, they're more likely to engage in experiences, whether it be lab experiences, just general access to curriculum that is more along the lines of project-based learning, which we know is important for students as they navigate, what it is that they want to do when they leave Baldwinsville. So I do believe by having access to those spaces, it gives our staff a better opportunity to create these experiences that students can really dig into. And so we're just grateful that we're experiencing all this in Baldwinsville.
Now, some school districts lately have mentioned that layoffs could be on the way. And you mentioned staff just a second ago, and staff is so important, especially in this day and age. Is that a worry for your district or no?
So we're in a great place. We have struggles like every district, but we're very fortunate in Baldwinsville that we've had a pattern of being fiscally responsive to our communities, to our taxpayer. Our Board of Education over the years has been on top of our finances. And so we have been able to generate some reserves that have helped offset the cost to our taxpayer for all of these projects, as well as put us in a position where we're carefully able to navigate what we have coming in the 26-27 budget cycle, as well as the years to come. So I think we've positioned ourselves in a way. We've been thoughtful about how we have utilized some of the grant funding that we've received over the last several years. And so we haven't necessarily added staff. We've certainly supplemented, and we're carefully looking at every time we have a retirement, a resignation, is this the type of position that we need, or can we utilize those funds in a different way to better support and meet the needs of our students? So we're in a good place for 26, 27 and beyond, and thankful that we don't have to worry about any major layoffs or restructuring in order to meet the budget demands that we know we have.
Yeah, it's great news for sure. So in the end, how are the schools set up? What is considered an elementary school now? Is it junior high or middle school, and then high school? How are the grades set up?
So currently, probably somewhat similar to when you were in school. All our elementary schools, our 5 elementary schools, are grades PK, pre-kindergarten through grade 5. And then we have Ray Middle School, which is grades 6, 7, Durkee Junior High School at 8, 9, and then the high school is at grades 10, 11, and 12. And with this $242 million transformation, we are reconfiguring and restructuring. So all of our elementary schools will become grades PK through 3. Our middle school transforms to an intermediate school, and that will house grades 4, 5, and 6. Our junior high school will become grades 7, 8, and 9, and then the high school will stay the same at grades 10, 11, and 12. And part of the reason the board and I think our community got behind this transformation was the idea that, we need, especially at the secondary level, students to be connected for longer periods of time. So we're getting kids into the building as one cohort now in 4th grade when this comes to fruition. And it also gives us 3 years in each of those secondary buildings, which helps to better build a community for our students. That's one of the things that we heard. It was too hard with just 2 years.
It's very interesting, actually. And I like the fact that 10th grade starts high school now. I was 14 in 9th grade and a small 14. Yeah, that's not good. 10th graders to 12, probably a little less bullying and maybe a better environment. But I do like the fact that you're moving them in cohorts like that. That's a great idea. Everything sounds great, Doctor. And I know that we're coming to look at the high school in August, so I can't wait to see the progress.
Yeah, there should be quite a bit more progress complete by the time you get there, and we're excited. We do that on a regular basis for our graduates and the alumni, and our high school principal does a great job with touring folks around. It'll be probably a little messy from what you experienced, but we'll certainly look forward to having people come back too when this work is completed, because it is definitely something to celebrate and be proud of.
Definitely. Fantastic. Doctor, thanks for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll talk again.
All right. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Superintendent of the Baldwinsville School District, Dr. Joseph DeBarbieri, and that's my alma mater. It's our 50th. Now, when I went to school, it was K through 6, 7, 8, and then 9 through 12.
So mine was just a little different. And 9th grade for me at Liverpool, so everything was the same. So it was K through 6 at Wetzel Road Elementary for me. Then I went to Sewell Road Middle School.
Yep.
Then I went 9th grade at the Annex, which was Liverpool Middle School.
Okay.
For 1 grade, which is down the path from the high school. And then 10, 11, and 12 was in the high school.
Is that the way it is now?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I like that idea that you're with your class, and you within 3 year thing. That's really good.
I'm interested too, going back, and my 30th is this year.
Is it?
Interested going back and seeing.
I had never gone to a reunion. I had never been interested in going to a reunion because I really didn't have a good time in high school. But we had kind of a impromptu 45th. Excuse me, I don't know what's in my voice today. We had an impromptu 45th in Beeville 5 years ago, and I went to that, and it was awesome. So I'm
Yeah, I
really
didn't go
looking
to the
forward to
I
this.
didn't go to the. We were supposed to do a 20, but I was in Alaska.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I was never interested, but it was fun. It was really fun, and now I'm on the committee for this one, and I guess I'm going to MC the event, so it'll be fun. We're at Mohegan Manor on Friday night, and the Liverpool Elks, which is an
Ooh.
awesome place, on Saturday.
The one on Cold Springs Road.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
in August, it's going to be
Yeah.
outdoors.
Oh, in the pavilion.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Very
Very
big
nice.
fan of that place. I play
Yes.
there. Go there to hang out with friends. It's
Now, have you heard anything about the Tiki Bar? Are they full speed
oh
ahead
yeah,
or
we're
whatever?
good.
Good.
Out that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The if you go to Tiki Island, they have a new Facebook page, Tiki Island.
Oh, good.
It's got the whole entertainment schedule up.
Yeah, love that place. Love it.
And two big ones is we always play on 4th. We are playing on 4th of July
4th of
this
July,
year because it's
awesome.
a Saturday, I think. And then their big music fest. It's Scars and Stripes, Cold Front, and one other band. It's an all-day festival thing at Tiki Bar. It's cool. We're starting to ramp up.
You'll be able to live down in my old neighborhood and hear it coming down the river. I can tell you that. Scars and Stripes at Tiki Bar.
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of, we're at Del Lago on Saturday.
Yeah, how about
Del
that?
Lago Casino. I love that. That's a big stage.
That's
It's
pretty
fun.
good,
Yeah,
man.
and
You're
it's
in the Vine, right?
in the Vine.
That's pretty good.
It's not like our marathon 3.5 hour gig. It's a nice hour and 45-minute compact set. Be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Can't
Are you
wait
with
for it.
somebody?
Nope, just us.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, that's
And,
a great
yeah,
gig.
Ticketmaster.com if you want to get tickets for that, but I'm sure they'll sell them at the door.
How would they sell them at the door, though?
There's
they have a
box
box office there,
right
yeah.
there, right outside.
Yeah. That's a great room.
It is. It's awesome. And I've done Salt City Waltz there. I played there with Scars once. I
There's
did something
no
else there.
bad seat in that
Nope.
place. It holds what, $3,000, right? 3,000?
Just under, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's actually
Awesome.
bigger than the Landmark.
Yeah.
And there's no bad seat at all.
And Juliet this week for the Landmark.
Oh, no kidding.
Juliet jukebox.
That's supposed to be good, right?
Yeah. Before Joe came, we were talking about WrestleMania.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
So
that's right.
So I played Friday night or Saturday night, so I didn't really watch Saturday night. I was going back and forth, but I got home early enough last night from my gig because I played and then turned it on, and that's when they had the Brock Lesnar was right off the bat because they wanted to show that for ESPN. And then there was a big women's match for the title. It was a 4 corners match, so there's 4 teams.
Mhm.
And they swing the camera over to the commentary booth, and Adam Weitzman is
There he is.
sitting there in his nice. Now I had recognized Adam was he was
Crowd.
right in the front row,
Yeah, front row.
camera side, so you saw him the whole time.
Yes.
So they introduce him, and then just start talking, and he's just staring there. He's got
Now-
headphones, no microphone.
Look at the guy who looks like you behind the 2 announcers, right? Got 2 beers in his hand. What is he offering to
Do you know-
Weitzman or
Do
what?
you know who that is?
No.
George Kittle.
The
from the
San Francisco 49ers?
Yep. Huge fan. So he's trying to offer Wade Barrett and Michael Cole the beers because I think it might have been the segment before this. They had Kittle and Gronkowski from the crowd doing a chug off. This year's WrestleMania was a circus. There was maybe the first night they said there was an hour and 40 minutes of wrestling, and the rest of it was talking commercials. There's commercial every 2 seconds. There was a commercial, and they're breaking to commercial.
All right.
Now, since we have the ESPN Premium,
Right.
the commercial comes up. There's a logo that says we are in commercial break.
Oh.
There's no commercial, but then what the WWE commercials are, because that's the ones that come in that
Yeah.
hawk the T-shirts and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
That's
But yeah,
interesting.
Adam Weitzman.
You know what I did see the other day? I can't remember which. We have Netflix and we have a whole bunch of stuff. I was on one of them watching something, and a thing came up. It was a commercial, and it said, "If you want to know more about the Mercedes-Benz, scan the thing."
QR code like we have in the top.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So if you hit that, if you're watching on YouTube and you hit that QR code, just takes us to our link tree with all of our links for the
That's
podcast
something.
and YouTube. Yep.
Amazing. Now they're doing commercials. It's amazing. It really is. Wow. So
The dude who
here's the thing: we got to get Adam Weitzman on the show.
All right.
We got to get him.
all right,
You got to get him.
I'll try.
I mean,
He's very busy.
he's an amazing dude. I don't care
He's-
what you say about him.
Oh.
People don't like him. They like him. he is the best. I want to say he's the best social media guy I've ever seen.
So listen,
He's incredible.
us in Syracuse saw him there, and we know what Adam Weitzman's all about.
Right.
He is the talk of the internet wrestling community today because
he?
they're just like, why is this billionaire dude just sitting there? That's Adam Weitzman, man. It's the guy that brings Tom Brady to the Carrier Dome.
Yes. Yes.
It's what
brilliant.
Adam does.
He's brilliant.
Adam buys a diner just so people can get paid.
Yep.
That's what Adam Weitzman
That's what he
does.
did. Yep. He owns like 4 restaurants.
They should
now.
do a documentary on him.
They
'cause He was in jail, and
because I would love to hear his story.
Yes.
I would love to see his story in a documentary.
Yep.
You're right. I would love that. He's a self-made dude. Obviously, he did do time. You know, we got to get him, man. I would love to talk to him. I'm sure everybody wants to talk to him, and that's part of the thing. See, he keeps it.
He's like a mysterious kind of guy.
Exactly.
Very nice tweet he made about the chancellor SU. We
Yeah.
don't see eye to eye, but it was very nice, very, very classy, very classy.
What a tragedy that is. That's awful.
Yeah.
Brain cancer is awful. I lost a friend to brain cancer. It's terrible. Terrible. So that was that. Yeah. So there's got to be conspiracy theories around him, right? In your community, in your wrestling community.
Oh, people are just like, well, what is he sitting there for? Dude, it's Adam Weitzman, man. He don't got to talk. It's Adam Weitzman. It's a scrapyard dude.
Scrapyard dude. That's it. That is. That's awesome.
So this weekend was totally wild. Because it's in Vegas,
right?
It started,
which is where their home is now, right?
Yeah, UFC is
right.
based in, and that's the parent company for WWE. But they also have a performance center in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
WWE, but I'm pretty sure that's all going to go out to Vegas because UFC has a performance center in Vegas.
Now, are the women in WrestleMania and like that now? Are they R-rated again, or is it?
No, they
good.
are the women's. They're no longer divas. It's the name of the championship is the WWE Women's Wrestling Championship.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it
was getting out of hand there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, during the mid '90s to first part of the 2000s, it was X-rated.
Yeah, it was.
It really was.
Yeah,
that's what got them the ratings. But so all weekend, so midnight on Saturday night, so SmackDown's on Friday night. That was in Vegas, and they had the Hall of Fame ceremony at midnight at I don't know, MGM whatever in Vegas.
At midnight?
At midnight, so it was 9 o'clock there, right?
Oh, right. That's right.
And that was Stephanie McMahon was inducted, Demolition, Dennis Rodman, which was just. It was like inaudible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Nonsense.
Terrible.
And then the headliner was AJ Styles, is kind of the new wave of legend dudes.
Okay.
And then they had a couple.
Stephanie McMahon deserves it.
She was great, and her speech was great. And then they had now they started, I think last year, they have like the WWE Hall of Fame Immortal Moment. Last year was the Stone Cold Bret Hart bloodbath from WrestleMania. And this year was the Slam heard around the world, Hogan and Andre from WrestleMania 3. Yep. So all weekend, it starts, if you're there in Vegas, it starts on a Thursday and it just goes.
So that would really be the way to do it, is go to
you're
Vegas.
Going. Yeah, you go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then tonight is Raw, and it's still in Vegas.
It just seems to me that it's not the event that it used to be. You know what I mean?
I think what really hurt it this year was ticket prices because it wasn't the big sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think the 2 nights.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's not like it's one you got to sit in front of the television on Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And first night was 3.5 hours long. Second night was 3 hours long. That was my problem with.
You know why it's 2 nights? It's for the commercials.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
for the money.
There was no. I think last night there was an hour and 20 minutes worth of action in the ring. I went to TNA on Tuesday and Wednesday at the onset.
Yes.
Awesome. Great. If you went and you love that stuff like I used to, it was perfect.
Was it?
It ran you down though by the end of the night. 3.5 hours straight the first night. They didn't stop. No intermissions. They just kept going. Television taping. And then second night was about 3 hours. I was tapped out halfway and I booked. But it was good. And if you have on demand, go to the AMC portion of on demand. The first show was up Thursday. The War Memorial looks like $1 million on television, the way they had it.
Oh,
half cut off.
Right.
Beautiful screens, Great production. It looks really good.
Good.
It looks really good.
That's great. Having events like that are important.
Yep.
No question about
Yep.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, she was kind of arranging her camera there, so we'll just have to wait for our next
I just
guest.
realized that where our shot clock is now. I went down.
I know,
and
right?
saw it, yeah.
So you went to Soundgarden
Yeah.
for you didn't go for Record Store Day, did you?
I was down there last week for something else.
All right, she's ready. You can
All
bring
right.
her up. So our next guest runs the most. Does he? Look at her. Look at her. Look at that. Presenting.
Apology. I'm branded, but apologies. I'm working from home today in my kitchen.
That's fantastic. No worries at all, ever. So the 24-second shot clock is in your backyard or your front yard now, right?
Hard, yeah. It's been in Armory Square for such a long time, and when Crooked Cattle moved in, which we were really excited about, we learned that they were going to do outdoor dining. Even more excited about that, and we sort of made it known to the city and to the downtown committee that we would love to have the shot clock, and so we were lucky. They said you can have it. So we actually incorporated into an indoor exhibit we have called Innovation Station. And so that exhibit features all of the really cool innovation of Central New York. So we have things like the traffic light, the Brannick device, things like that we're known for.
Yeah.
And now we're going to take the shot clock and actually incorporate it indoors too. So you'll see it outside, and then kids can come and do some activities related to the shot clock when they're inside.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that it ended up there, because that's really where it needs to be. And it is an important part of Syracuse's legacy. Talk about, Lauren, what's coming up for kids this summer, because, kids need an outlet, and they need these days to be creative and keep their minds, active in the summertime. I know you got a lot of stuff coming up.
We do. So I'm mentioning this month is Earth Month, and this weekend we have a free festival. So that is our Earth Month splash. So from 10 to 1, that's free. We're hoping it's going to be outside, but who knows?
It might snow.
Right, exactly. If the weather is truly terrible, we will just move it indoors. But all summer long, we have summer camps almost every week of the summer for 2 different age ranges. So that's sort of dually great, because it keeps kids learning, but also it's great for parents that are looking for childcare in the summer. Those do fill up quickly. So I always encourage parents, don't wait until summer, sign the kids up now. And my team really just does a tremendous job of always keeping things fresh. We have a new exhibit. It's all about, it's about a year old now. It's all about farming and agriculture, but really specifically tied to Central New York. And it has a really cool ag tech component. So that's pretty new. Obviously, we have a Micron exhibit that opened when Micron announced they were relocating here in 2022. But one of the things we do that we change up really frequently, which is really cool, is we have a new planetarium show every couple of months that our staff create, and we are one of the few science museums in the region to have this digital laser projection system for a planetarium. So the viewing experience is really unique. The sound system is spectacular. So obviously awesome for kids, but really I think it's really great for adults too. Like if you come and bring your kids or your grandkids, you are going to have a good time too.
Yeah, it sounds great to me, man. I'd like to see it myself.
Yeah.
It's all fantastic, Lauren. Are you partnering? Is Micron going to be an important partner with you guys?
Yeah, Micron is a hugely important partner. They really, obviously, they're going to be a huge employer. And, we do a lot of workforce development at the most, starting at a young age, but all the way up and through high school. And, they really understand the value of STEM education. So not only is their partnership and the programming they provide huge, but they're also connecting us with other partners. And, whether it's a corporate partnership that we're working on with them or working with Syracuse University. We're going up to Syracuse University this week to talk to students and talk to parents alongside Micron. So they're opening up for us they're just expanding our world at the most. I sort of refer to it as like the good housekeeping seal of approval, right? So everybody knows the
Right.
most is around, and everybody sort of, thinks of the most in sort of a beloved way.
Yeah,
But they're allowing us, I think, to just sort of expand the vision for us, within the whole community.
absolutely. That's fantastic. And it's just fantastic news that Micron is going to, put some money where their mouth is. And what about the STEAM school, Lauren? Are you involved with that?
Yeah, we are. We do. We send our educators to the STEAM school to do work with them, and vice versa. They come to the most, sort of like for field trips and that kind of a thing. And we've always had a really robust partnership with the city school district. Every year, we have a partnership. Actually, it's called Science Learning Partnership. Very clever. We have every kindergartner, every fourth, fifth, and sixth grader come and visit all year long. It actually takes our staff about 100 days to get through every classroom of every school of all of
Oh,
those
wow.
grades. And so what they're doing is they're getting like your basic field trip fun, going in our science playhouse and all those things, but they're getting workshops tied into their curriculum. Everything we do is designed for K through 8 science curriculum. And what's great about that program is we are right in the city schools, and even though the district helps support the program, we fundraise for the balance of that program to
Mhm.
ensure that it really remains cost effective. And so we really are trying to always maintain a really strong relationship with our city schools to ensure that those kids get the exact same great experience that every other school does. And my dream, my goal, my hope is that at some point every grade K through 8 in the city schools will be a part of that partnership.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys come into Elms, where I'm at, once a
Yeah.
week with the kids after school, and it's a great program.
Awesome. Yeah, we do a lot of after school programming too. You name it. We have once a month. We have once a month programming on Saturdays. One is called Future Women in STEM. But what's really cool about that is it's a partnership with MACNY. So it's specifically designed for manufacturing careers for
Wow.
girls, which is unique, not something you necessarily think of. And
Nope.
then we have a program it's called Future Innovators. It's also monthly. But the idea behind that is exposing students of color to sort of STEM science practitioners of color. We have sensory friendly time for neurodivergent students. So the idea being that we're inclusive, right? Everything is for everybody all the time, but we're also trying to really expose kids um, who aren't historically represented in STEM careers,
Hmm.
in a manner in which they can see themselves doing those jobs. Not just thinking like women are teachers, nurses, secretaries, and certainly that has changed over the years, but
I
not
hope
to the
so.
level you would think. They're still underrepresented in engineering, they're still underrepresented in manufacturing, and so on.
Yeah, no question. Outstanding stuff, Lauren. And it's the most has come. So I was around at the beginning of the most, as was your dad and that whole Nick Puro and all those guys. And the most has come so far from what it was
Oh,
then to what it is now.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and a lot of that has happened in the last few years under your leadership, and I hope it
Thank you.
continues well into the future. Thanks for your time, as always,
Thank
Lauren.
you.
We'll be in touch again.
Thanks, guys. I
good
appreciate
one.
it.
Later.
She's awesome.
Listen, I've been going there since I was a kid,
Yeah,
and bring my daughter there.
I
And
brought my kids. Yeah.
like I said last time, they used to do awesome events like the Rolling Stones at the IMAX with the bar. They still do that stuff,
Yep.
and it's good. It's good that we have that.
Oh,
It really
it's
is. We have a
so
lot.
important.
People don't understand in this area how fortunate we are because we have everything.
Yeah,
We
do.
have everything.
When people say that, I say to them, "Well, you ever been to the Everson? I don't want
I
to
know.
go there. I don't want to." Well, then don't say there's nothing to do. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff to do here. Maybe stuff that you don't want to do, but
And-
why don't you open your mind?
I know people are poo-pooing the aquarium, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I am too. I actually am. I mean,
It's there now. We can't.
exactly. I was just going to
We
say
can do
that.
sit there in the side of the road.
We had the
and
fight. The fight's over.
That's right.
So
scream at the clouds.
right.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
enjoy it. I'll be there. Now listen, I don't do crowds, so I
Right,
won't be
no.
there. Maybe if the our wonderful county executive has a reception, I'll go to that.
Yeah. I don't like
But-
being jostled or
No,
I don't
milling
like people
around.
milling around. No. No.
Speaking of, there's people milling around our Facebook page commenting. I didn't see him during the interview, but this was a good question. Maybe we'll have the superintendent on again sometime. But I'm getting this personally because I see my daughter taking out more books now than she ever has.
Really?
in school.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding. That's from our friend Michael Benny.
And then our friend Mark's always listening.
Yes, we are always privileged in Beeville with our education experience. The evolution is incredible. Go Bees. It is incredible. It is. It's amazing. Skip Clark said, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Skip Happens. Go to
Well,
the Skip Happens
good
podcast.
afternoon.
We'll have him on to talk about that. He's got some really cool people. He had a performance on. He's tuned into that Nashville.
Yeah, he
thing.
is.
He's got a lot of friends down there, and Skip's a good guy to know.
Oh, he's a
Skip's
great
a
dude.
great guy.
Great dude.
And now it's baseball season, so you know where he is. He's at the games.
Syracuse Mets, right?
Mets. Now it's still not warm enough yet.
No. I got it. You know what? It's got to be, I don't know. What are you thinking? 70?
Nah, I'm okay with the 60s. I'm okay with 60s. 50s because of the wind. And you're a little cold.
No,
Can't do that.
50s.
No.
No.
But
No,
if
I
you're
gotta-
out
I
there in
gotta
the
have
sun,
70.
you're
No,
good.
I got to have 70. Yeah, you got to be in the sun, no doubt. But you like to go to the bar.
I sit right out in a left field, the left field bar.
All right, we're going to do that one.
All right,
night.
we're gonna do. I'm gonna.
Because
We'll
I wanna do
call.
that.
We'll call. Jason. Tell him we're coming and batten down the hatches.
I want a home run so I
Get
can throw it
security.
back.
Yeah, throw it back. Speaking of the Mets, now they're on a 11-game losing streak.
Correct.
The Metropolitans. I liked seeing that. See, that to me
'Cause you're a Braves
is
fan.
exciting.
That's your Braves fan. Now, I have very good friends who are
Me too.
fanatic Mets fans. So they're not happy, obviously.
No.
They're not happy with Mr. Mendoza, the manager, most especially. So
He might not make it past the half the season.
I thought they would have fired him today. Now, because they're off day, it's an
Yeah.
off day. I thought they would have fired him yesterday because today was an off day. And then you got the new guy coming in tomorrow. So not doing that, now you're going to have to hold on to him, I think. Like you said, maybe the All-Star
Yeah,
break or
yep,
something.
The break.
But, I mean, they didn't have Soto. It's like the Yankees losing Judge. Okay. The Mets lost Soto. That screws the whole rest of your lineup. People don't understand how it messes with your lineup. You take Aaron Judge off the Yankees. Okay. They're not winning like they're winning right
No.
now. They could still win, but they're not going to win like they're winning right now. It's the same thing with Juan Soto. You can't. He's their best player. Their pitching staff is okay. The Yankees could lose Judge, still win because their pitching staff, when Colin Rodon comes back, is going to be insane.
Max Fried. You got
Insane.
Yeah.
Warren just threw 7 shutout innings.
Yeah.
The weather's even is pitching great. It's crazy. So
Jazz needs to step it up a little bit.
yeah, because he wants a major extension. So he didn't get it, right? He didn't get it yet.
No, not yet.
No.
Listen,
He'll hit. I
the
mean,
Braves are playing unbelievable baseball from
Yep.
everywhere. Guys that are normally hot haven't been, but now starting to get hot. We're 50. I think it's a 56 run differential. We're the leader
Wow.
in the MLB.
that's a lot.
The only other team near us is the
Dodgers,
Dodgers. Yeah. They're fun to watch, and even the pitchings, even the deep starters are doing well, which is in the past. And we don't even have Spencer Strider back yet.
Right. No.
And
I don't.
Sean Murphy's not back yet.
I don't know if Spencer Strider is ever going to be right.
No, he might
again.
have the what's his name there? Disease. The guy who was here in Syracuse. The pitcher. Who's the pitcher in the
You narrowed it down to
Strasburg.
about-
Strasburg.
Oh yeah, Steven Strasburg.
He got
sure.
hurt and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, he struggled for a long time after that. Boy, he coming out of high school with ahead of actually Bryce Harper.
Yep.
They had the 2 picks 2 years in a row, and Strasburg was great to start out with till he got hurt. And Harper's a Hall of Famer, so that was good.
I think that's the most people that's ever been in that stadium when he was here.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Strasburg.
Yeah. Now G-Men traded
That's man.
Now they have the 5th and 10th pick.
Yep.
So that's really interesting.
And they're looking at a running back for that 5th pick.
Yeah, I know. It's a kid from Notre Dame, and he's supposed to be a really, really special talent. I think the Titans are going to take him at 4. I do. And if the Giants don't take him, the Commanders will take him at 7 because he'll probably make it to 7. But 5 and 10, you're going to get 2 starters. You get 2 stud horses. And if it was me, I'd do defense. I'd go defense, both of them.
We might win more games than we lose this upcoming year.
Yeah, we might. Yep.
So we might make the playoffs. It's exciting. The Harbaugh man, he's come in and
that's huge.
Yeah, he's becoming
changed the whole culture.
He's becoming part of the city right away.
Yes.
Kind of like who's the former Bills coach they just let go? What's his name? McDermott.
Yeah.
It was kind of like him when he first came to Buffalo. Man, he was
all in,
inserted right in, and he's done that. He's going out and to games and he's getting seen. I like it. We've never had that. Dable high, he hid. Dable hid.
Yes, I like him. I like him a lot. So it's good. Yeah, it's nice to look forward to something for a change. The draft is going to be very exciting. They could even they could even trade the 5th to Dallas, and I'd say they have the 12th pick, so give me 12. Give me a 2nd round this year and give me your 1st next year, and I'll give it to you.
But I don't know if they do that with Dallas.
No, probably not, because Dallas wants to trade up.
Do you see what they do now for the draft? It looks like WrestleMania.
Oh, it's huge.
It's in Pittsburgh this year. And
yes,
they've built a huge. They cleared out trees for
it's
for
gigantic.
The stage.
Yep,
it's great.
It is. Now they're cutting the time down though from 8 minutes, right? From 12 minutes to 8 minutes.
Okay,
so that's good. That saves 4 minutes around. Yeah, 8 minutes now you have. Because you already have your pick now, then you have to react to the picks. Somebody picks something unexpected, or somebody picks a guy that you were going to pick. You got a couple of minutes to work with that, but it shouldn't take forever, and it was taking forever because it is a spectacle. Remember they had it in Vegas, and there's like 100,000 people.
It's crazy. They had it at Lambeau last year.
Yes. Yep. And they're very smart, and they make it an event, and it should be an event.
It's taken place of the All-Star game, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. The All-Star game is ridiculous.
It's
terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't blame them because I don't want to get hurt. This is football. You can't. They used to play a real game
before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. But I like the idea of flag football, and I love the idea that flag football is a high school sport for girls. I love that.
There was so at Elms where I'm teaching. We went out the other day and brought the kids out, and they were having practice. The girls flag football team. It was really, really fun to see.
Do they have boys flag football in high school? I don't know that.
No, I don't think
they
so.
should.
Yes, they should.
My son played flag football when he was young,
and I had this conversation with somebody. It's for those. It's more for the parents that are more worried about their kids getting injured. But if for kids just starting out, it's a good idea.
It's very good
fundamentals.
Idea. We didn't let my son play football because of all the CTE stuff, and he's not a big kid, so no, for what? And plus, CBA is a juggernaut.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't checked, and I should have texted him today. I haven't checked on our friend Brent Axe. He probably had 3 heart attacks last night during that Buffalo Sabre game.
Boy, he must be happy today.
Woo,
man!
I tell you, if the tickets weren't, a gazillion dollars, I'd want to be a part of that. Just feeling that.
It's got to be
crazy.
It's got to be great because they haven't been in the playoffs in how many years? And it's
12
fantastic.
years or something.
Fantastic.
And
it's great for the city of Buffalo. And that arena is really nice too, by the way.
They've done a really good job of even upgrading it since they've built the thing, and it's not that old. I mean, it was mid-90s it was built, but
it's still nice.
Way better than the old Buffalo Auditorium used to be.
Yeah.
But it's good for Buffalo. They need this because the football team's not helping them out at all.
Yeah, I don't even know what number they have in the draft. I haven't even paid attention to them. Really,
it's got to be pretty high. But
see, that's what happens when you're really good for not a bunch, but let's say you're really good for like 4 years in a row, and then that 5th year you're not quite as good, right? People lose interest. Yeah, it's like, I've been watching you for this long and you're not doing anything, so I'm moving. Now I don't, because I stay with my team, but there are other people who do that. I've stayed with the Giants since 1968, and they sucked for a long time.
The stink we're going through now is the worst.
Yeah, it's terrible. It is. It's almost as bad as my voice today. I don't know what's going on.
Have you seen anything on the TV at all?
Sports, man. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's really it's all there's been because this past week was Mania and I was gone on Tuesday and Wednesday doing wrestling. But I did get in a couple movies this week, and I wanted to show one that people know and one that people don't.
I watched Stagecoach last night.
Oh,
yeah, it's one of top 10. It's a top 10.
I
for
love
me, Western.
Stagecoach.
Top 10. Top 10 Western for me.
I'm getting into darker westerns now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole like subculture. Some of them are like crazy.
Western noir.
I like Japanese westerns too.
Yes, I do
Those
too.
are really good.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite movie from the 80s.
Okay.
Remo Williams.
Yep.
It was released on 4K. It looks fantastic. I haven't seen this in so long. I forgot that everybody is in this.
This is a little known movie too.
Wilford Brimley's in this. There's a ton of people.
Who's the main character? What's his name? The actor?
Joel Grey? No, Joel Grey's in this. Fred Ward.
Fred Ward. That's
Fred
it.
Ward.
Fred Ward. He's like a B-level guy.
Yeah. But it's such a fun movie. He gets basically killed. He's a cop, and they bring him back to be an undercover guy. It's just insane. It's an insane 80s comedy action movie that just won't go away.
Before we wrap this all up, because today's been a huge show, especially we're going to play the new theme again too, right on the out.
Yeah, we'll play it on the out. Just remember to take your headphones.
Yeah, boy, wow. You went to what is it called?
Record Store Day.
Record Store Day.
Well, I didn't. I did it from the comfort of my bed. I'm not going in the
Well,
lines
yeah. Talk
anymore.
about Record Store Day now, because back in the day, I went to one in Rochester.
Mhm.
It was great. It was great.
So it started out to be a help for the independent record stores. The only people that can
That's right.
participate in this are independent record stores. You're
Right.
not going to go to Walmart
No.
or Target and find these titles.
No.
So every year, and they do it twice now. It used to be just once, but
Oh, okay.
it's this time of year, April mid, and then Black Friday they do one now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they come out a few months in advance with the whole list of what they're going to release. And sometimes it's stuff that's never been released before. It's re-released. Sometimes it'll be under a list that it's regional, so only this part of the country gets it.
Okay.
And then it goes down to this only getting 1,000. This is getting 2,000. Now the thing is, Record Store Day has become such a money maker that they're doing a Record Store Day pressing, and then 2 months later come out with a regular black vinyl. They'll do a colored vinyl, but like everything these days, it's just become a flippers holiday.
Yes.
And people are standing in line, and the titles are on eBay instantaneously
Yep.
for like 3 times the amount. So 2 of the big ones this year was a LA Coliseum Pink Floyd show
Wow.
and a Grateful Dead box set
Oh,
that are up there in price anyways.
Yep.
$80 for one. I think the Grateful Dead was just a little bit over $100. Now going for $200 and $300 because they're not pressed a lot.
no.
So I'd stand in line, you get in there and get mad because everything be gone. And then I'd sit on eBay and try to find the things. I don't let it. There was 2 things that I wanted bad that now, after the last 5 years or so, stores that have more after the first day, they can put them on their website.
Oh.
So I found little independent record stores around the country that are, kind of big, that have an online presence, but a lot of people don't go to them.
Mhm.
Rough Trade's a big one in New York City, so everything's usually sold out for them. Newberry Comics is big in the
Yeah.
Boston area.
Yeah.
Amoeba Records is big in the West Coast, that area. But there's a couple little ones in the East Coast that I checked out, and the 2 that I found that were going for hundreds of dollars on eBay, I got for regular price because
Beautiful.
these little places, and I don't have to worry about it. I got it. Van Halen had finally released the vinyl version of their awesome live Without a Net show from New Haven, Connecticut in the 90s.
Okay.
And then Kiss had this promotional EP that went out to radio stations in the late 70s. They remade a version of that. The only reason I got that, I'm a Kiss completist.
Yeah.
I have every Kiss record. So I got that, and it was a $20 title. So I didn't, but I'm really excited listening to the Van Halen on vinyl. And if you're a Van Halen fan, and you know what Live Without a Net is.
Yeah.
They just remastered it and put it on YouTube in 4K
Wow.
for free under Van Halen's.
Holy cow.
So while you're watching that, go to Jim Reith Unleashed and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So that's Hagar, right? That's
that's a Hagar year.
Yeah,
See,
so
I grew
I'm
up
Hagar.
with a Hagar. Yeah.
I'm Hagar. I don't like
No, I
David
like
Lee Roth.
he's great. And I just watched some video he's on tour right now.
Right.
And he's shot vocally.
Yes.
But he's still such a good front man. You can't stop watching him.
Yeah, he's a good friend. He always was a good front
He
guy.
was singing New York State of Mind, but changing the lyrics because he's an organ and he used the key, and it was the whole thing. But it was David Lee Roth. So you're like, that's awesome.
That's nice.
Telling a story how he and it's just so bizarre. I'd sit knee to knee in our studio with Ed, and then he started. I've seen all the movie stars. Okay, this all makes sense, Dave. I remember when he went out on tour with Kiss for one of the tours.
Did he really?
Gene was like bizarre world coming from Gene. They're coming back and doing another show next year.
Really?
This year, November, they're doing their cruise, but they're doing it in Vegas, not cruising. They're calling it the landlocked version, but they're doing a Kiss show without the makeup on.
Nice.
We'll see.
Play Joe's. Those of you who didn't join us at the top, this is our new theme song. Just Joe put it together with the outfit that he works with, and it's amazing. Okay, we'll come back after. Just play.
Okay.
Just play it.
In a sanctum where we're safely ensconced, safe from all the yahoos, like Baldcap and his pawns. Baldcap and his pawns. The inner sanctum, now we're talking to you. Safe from all the yahoos, yeah, they're out there on the loose. They're on the loose. Our call reporter, our talk radio host. Now we're sitting here, talking to you. The inner sanctum, where we're safely ensconced. Safe from all the yahoos, like Baldcap and his pawns. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced. Safely ensconced.
I love that. I love that. That is awesome. Thank you, Just
Safely
Joe.
ensconced. Says.
Inner Sanctum is
That was the
name of
first thing
theme
when
song.
we had the meeting about keywords. I said, well, we start to show off saying that we're from the safely ensconced in the inner
Inner
sanctum.
Sanctum.
And I think that's I forgot to give the heads up. I'll send that to Julie, Ballcap's partner
Yes.
in crime, and
Now
it's our love letter to Ballcap.
just make sure they understand. I had no hand in writing that. Okay, I did not write that. No hand
It's
in
done out of love.
I love it, but I didn't write it.
It's done out of love.
From on your part.
The
It is.
Ballcap group, the Ballcap lives. It's like
I don't think Julie's going to be amused, but you never know.
you never know. Yeah, she's got a good sense of humor.
Yes, we love
Very
her.
good. Yes,
We love her.
she actually texted me after because I had texted her and said that Chris had passed because she worked with Chris also, and she had a couple days after that, after this what I posted asked me if I was okay with everything, and the one thing that bothered me was that Chris was he died alone.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever have to do that.
No.
But he made decisions that was, how it ended, but it's too bad. I was actually thinking about, because of the situation, going to see him in the hospital this week, but didn't get to.
It was interesting that his last post was, I had a good run.
Had a good run. He had a video on his, it was just before that when he was kind of telling everybody what the doctor was telling him, get his stuff together. And he was kind of reminiscent of some of the stuff he did. I'm glad he's one of the guys you're glad you met.
Yeah, absolutely.
His whatever he had that was his demons never came out to adversely with me.
No, me either.
So we were always, and there were times when he was down and out that, he'd ask for help. and I didn't want to send him money because I knew
Right.
maybe that money really wasn't going to something that really would help him. And I just deleted it. I had him on my Walmart delivery address, and I'd send him, once in a while, I'd send him a few things. But it just, he's a young guy, and just take care of yourself. So I guess that's what.
Yeah, and you learn the demons
Yep.
of alcohol and hard drugs, and it's awful. It really is. He was
Those radio days, you guys were nuts
yeah, yep, we were nuts.
back in the 80s.
It was
man.
fun.
Some of the stories he would tell me,
Oh, geez.
especially where he was, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
in
Yeah.
some big markets and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it was a fun time. It was really exciting. It was valuable, I think, to the public for all the news people who were covering stuff. And those days are long gone.
No, I would be surprised to see more than 2 people in a radio station
I know.
working area. You can't even call it a newsroom
Oh,
anymore.
it's
But
terrible. It is. All right, that's enough of that.
That's it.
This was a really, really good show. Now we're working on some really good stuff for next time too. So hit that theme song, brother. Oh, I love
there it is. I'm going to have everything's going to be uniformed with the new inner sanctum. So I have some beds coming. It's going to be everything's good, and we got some new stuff coming up.
Awesome. Take care of yourselves, okay? Thank you so much for watching or listening to the podcast. Bill and I appreciate it very, very much. Take care of yourselves, okay? And God willing, we're all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.